everyone, it's Joe Beauty 87 here, and today we're going to get into a palette mashup just because I feel like it. I got a whole bunch of palettes that I thought would look good together with different color stories, so I got like 3 or 4 palette mashups to do. Well, no, it's just 3. But today we're going to mash up the Nabla Soul Blooming and the Mercury Retrograde. If you all remembered, I did not give this a good review. I do not like this palette. I stand by that. I feel like the mattes in here that I wanted to pop and be exciting, like the pastels, didn't do it for me. And then the the shimmers in here are like topper situations, and of course I'm not feeling that. I don't want to pay fucking $67 for a topper. Gone with that shit, Huda. So yeah, no, it's not a vibe for me at all. But I figured we can use a couple of these color stories, so I'm gonna use my 2 favorite colors in this palette, which is gonna be this one and this one. So it's Garden Gate and Flowery. Those are the 2 we're gonna use out of here. And then we're gonna use mainly the colors in the Huda palette. So I'm gonna use this shade. I might use a little bit of that shade. Then I'm gonna use a mint shade, and I'm gonna try to use one of these toppers on top of that other shade and see if I like the way it combines and whatnot. But yeah, so let's get started. Y'all, I don't know why my eyes look so like red, because it's like I got plenty of sleep, so it's not like I didn't get any sleep, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I went to bed at like 7 the first time, and then I woke up at 10 to do the update video, and then I went back to bed. Then I randomly woke up at like 4 or something in the morning. Is this brush still wet? Oh God, don't touch. Oh shit, I think I heard pan this palette. Yeah, this brush is still wet. Fuck. Well, when I get done with this part, I'm already blending. Then we'll get it. Elf Detail Crease Brush. I thought these were dry because I did wash them at like, I want to say 2 o'clock. So I figured they'd be dry by now, since I think it's like 4, but apparently not. And hopefully I didn't hard pan the shade, even though it's looking like it is. Oh, well, I'll just scratch it off. Let me put that down and get a brush with it, you know, still wet. And hope we didn't fuck with this palette. I mean, I didn't pay full price for it, so it's not like I'm going to be super mad, but I'm going to be mad if it is fucked up, because I want to actually get, you know, the eye look done. This brush is dry. Okay, that's better. But yeah, so yeah, I slept like on and off. Like, I'm one of those people who randomly wakes up at random times of the day, because it's like there's usually some commotion going on in my house, which is why I'm randomly waking up. So that's usually why. It has nothing to do with, you know, me having any issues or anything like that. It's just I end up randomly being woken up by the people in my house. I'm thinking maybe we should do 2 different eye looks, because it's like I'm kind of feeling like I want to use some more tones in this palette and maybe a few more in the Nabla palette. So let's see, what else we got in the Nabla palette? Because see, I kind of want to use this dark purple shade here too. So I figured maybe I can use that with the look I'm doing now. And then we just use this. And then like the mint green in another look. So yeah, I'm going to do one look on this eye, and then we do another look on the other eye. And that's going to be how we're going to fix that problem. So I'm just bringing it all the way in, since I'm not doing the original look I planned on doing. So I'm gonna bring it all the way over. And take a little bit more, just to make sure this is pigmented the way I would like. Yeah, it looks good enough. Now I gotta see if the rest of these are wet before we start rubbing. Okay, you dry for sure. You dry for sure. How about you? Yep. So it's just that one brush that it seems like was still wet. Yeah, because everything else is dry, which is probably what made me think that one was dry. It just sucks because now I have to rewash it again. Not that I wasn't going to before, but I feel like it didn't really serve a purpose, and then I have to rewash it again now. So that's the only reason I'm upset about it. Crap, where's another brush? I know, where's that Luxie brush I like to use? Oh, here it is. So we're going to take the Luxie mini tapered brush and go in with the this lavender shade right here called Libra, that one, and dust it over top. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of off balance with it, which is this color right here. So I'm just back and forth between both of them and dust it over top of this. Okay. Looking pretty decent. Looking pretty decent there. So far so good. I'm liking the nice little light gradient over the top of it. I usually like to do that though, just because I feel like it highlights the eye look a little bit better. So yeah, I'm here for it. And look, it's been raining on and off here in Chicago, so that's why it's kind of looking dark outside. I don't know if you all can tell, because I feel like the room looks a little bit brighter sometimes in the daytime when I first start off filming, but it's been looking kind of gloomy all day, so I'm just kind of over here like, Anyway, let's get, I need another inner corner brush now. So it's a couple of more brushes I need to grab. That's why you hear me like rumbling around the thing. So let's grab a shimmer. So the shimmer we're going to take is in this palette. I'm going to take, like I told y'all, this one right here. And just put that all over the lid. I'm going to take this with Nabla Noir. And hopefully it gives the pigmentation I want. I've only used this palette a couple of times. So I'm trying to remember how these shimmers work. And I think I'm going to use one of those topper shades to put on top of it, because I feel like it's giving me a mild, you know, wash of color, if you will. And I expected it to be darker than what it is. I got a feeling though if I put it on my finger, it would go on better. It's just I don't necessarily want to do that. And I can always just add the topper shade on top. Or maybe I should just use another brush, because this one isn't, like, getting the job done. I don't know. But I hear Nabla puts like 2 or 3 different shimmerish type shadows in their palette sometimes. Maybe it's just one that doesn't work well with this brush. Or maybe it's meant to look like this, but it's totally disappointing me. Like, I expected way more out of it. Let's just try the finger, even though I really don't want to, because I don't feel like I should have to go through all this. But, you know. I mean, it's doing a little bit better. It's not, I don't know, I feel like it's like a whole lot better. And I was going to have to use my finger with the one from the Huda palette. But hopefully it at least gives us some more shimmer, because right now, to me, these eyes just look sad. It just looks sad, y'all. And then I got all this fallout on my face. Like, what the child, what in the world? And I washed all the brushes that had the powder on them, so now I'm just gonna have like a powdery that fixed that purple stuff that just fell. Oh, it's awful. Okay, so I fixed that whole situation. But let's take a topper shade. So I think I want to start off with this one right here, and then maybe I'll put that sparkly one on top and in the inner corner. So let's start off with that one. See, this is giving way more pigmentation than that one did. So I guess we just use the other one as a base, and then we're just popping this on top to get the true shimmer that I wanted to begin with, because it was not the business. Alright. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's better than what it was, but to me that's still not that much. Okay, yeah, it's looking better in the camera now. Because at first I was like, this ain't doing nothing, and neither one of these palettes together is working very well. But I don't think I've ever used that purple shade before. Y'all know I used the sparkly, glittery, lighter one because, you know, that was just the one that called to me. So now I'm going to take the sparkly one I showed you, or the nebula one or whatever, and try to stick that in the inner corner, and hopefully it gives me something. Okay, there we go. That's definitely what I call an inner corner highlight there. Look at that. Now that's better. Okay, let's get into the other eye now, and the look I was going to do with the other eye. So okay. So I'm going to start off with, what color am I going to start off this time? I think I'm going to take this color right here, Vortex, and put that on the outer V. Then I'm going to put a little bit of this in the crease. And then I might put a little bit of this toward the back and then put that shimmer on and mix that, and mix, okay, it's closed, and mix this shade with it to see how that goes. So let's get started on that now. I said I was going to start off with Vortex, so let's grab a brush and do that. And this reminds me of like that really dark eggplant plummy shade in the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette that I'd be wanting to be more a dark purple vibe, and I feel like it doesn't give me that. So that's what this color reminds me of. But I feel it's gonna be interesting mixing this and like a mint shade together, but you know, I'm curious to see how it's gonna turn out, so we gonna do it. Hopefully it turns out okay. I remember using the mints in this palette just not being impressed, so I'm hoping I'll be impressed this go around and it'll give me something that the little mini mint palette didn't give me. Because I didn't like that one at all. I ended up selling it on Mercury. The lilac one I like. I can mess with that one, but it's like, that one I just can't be bothered with. The mint one just had to go. It just had to go, y'all. It wasn't serving a purpose, so I had to leave. Oh, I never dusted this, so let's dust this first. And now I'm gonna dust this. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the mint shade and see how I feel. It's called Haze, apparently. So I'm gonna take this. I got another detailed crease brush. Where is it? And I feel like I just take the crease brush and take the color Haze and start off with that. And see how I feel about it. See what I'm saying, like, y'all, like with her mitts, I feel like they don't pick up well on my skin tone, and I'm like patting it in to try to help it out a bit before I blend it out, because once you blend, you know that's it. So I'm trying to pat up a good amount before I start blending it. Okay, now I'm gonna start blending. It's actually looking better than I remember it looking, but like right here in the crease, it just blended away to nothing. But that's okay, because since we're gonna put a shimmer on there, I'm gonna cut that part, thank goodness, so that doesn't matter. But if I want to do an all matte look, I already see that this wouldn't work. I'd have to use like the mint what is it, liquid shadow she has, and then go in with this, because otherwise absolutely not, hell no. I mean, this one is deeper than was in the little mint palette though. Deeper shade in the mint palette I think was like closer to this shade. I don't remember. You have to watch my battle of the video where I did those compared to the color by ones. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to take that color Flowery now and dust it on top of this mint shade. I think that'll be a cool little gradient situation. So that's what we're gonna do. It just sucks because if I like either one of these eye looks, I'm not gonna be able to get like any pretty decent selfies because the sun has gone down because it was snowing early. I mean, Jesus, snowing, not yet. It was raining earlier, and it was raining when I got back, and I feel like it's about to start raining again. That's why it looks so dark outside. So it's making me want to go to bed and like not be productive. But I'm like, I'm trying to get at least 2 of these 4 eye looks done. So if I don't, at least I got something done, because I feel like I want to try to accomplish more eye looks today, and I normally don't. So I was like, why I have the, you know, energy and I want to, I should probably just go ahead and do it. But yeah, see, I like the little gradient that's going on there, the cute little lavender, and then it goes down to that. Now we're gonna take the shade, well, see, I'm trying to decide if I use Mercury first, but if I remember correctly, Mercury is more like a topper thing. The only like regular shade is like Nebula. See, like it's more toppers like. See, look, that just turned into nothing. So yeah, we're gonna go with Garden State first, because I remember Garden State actually having pigmentation. So yeah, see, there's a pigmentation of Garden State. And then we'll go over with that, was it Mercury shade? I think that's the name of the shade. Yeah, we'll go over with Mercury, and then you get that extra pop of color that matches the, you know. I just hate that I have to use my fingers for these shades, because it's like, I don't want to. This is seeming kind of Topper-esque as well, though, but at least it's getting like more sheer Topper-esque pigmentation. I don't feel like the other ones give me any type of pigmentation, so. Okay, so let me wipe that off my finger, and then I'm going to go into Mercury with the same finger, because I don't want to try to use my middle finger to do it. So we're just going to take this and start blending it on top. There we go. And I might just put Garden State in the inner corner as well, since it's getting covered up by Mercury now that it has a base to show up on. So these aren't those you can cut the crease with and just put on the lid. You have to have a color underneath, or else it's not gonna do what you want it to do. Unfortunately, I hate shadows like that, which is mainly why I don't like this palette. Now I'm remembering why I don't like this palette, because of the lack of true shimmer shades. They're just a whole bunch of toppers, and that is the color mixed together on the lid, the Garden State and Mercury. Okay, so we're gonna put. See, I like this color Honey Drip though, and I was thinking maybe we could put that in the inner corner, but it just looks like a really chunky glitter-esque type thing. Let me swatch it and see. Oh, it has a gold reflect type thing. I'm glad I didn't put it in, because I want more of a more minty, purpley type vibe, kind of like what we already got on. So I'm just gonna put Garden State in the inner corner like I talked about at the beginning. Okay, y'all, so here are the finished looks with these palette mashups using the Nabla Soul Blooming and the Mercury Retrograde. Let me know which eye you like better down below. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.